Hey, long time no see. This is the Parsons Perspective, October 1st, 2017. And my subject that is just really getting under my craw this week is taking a knee. At this point, we know that, Colin Kaepernick initially took a knee, why he took it. Then he wasn't signed by anybody. More people started taking a knee to protest that, thinking he was blackballed. Never mind the fact that he's just not a very good quarterback. Then you have President Trump last weekend referring to the NFL players as sons of bitches. So you have more NFL players taking a knee last weekend. The result was 150, 200 guys in around the National Football League taking a knee. Now, first, I don't think the President of the United States should be referring to any United States citizen as a son of a bitch. Mr. President, you should probably worry about rebuilding Houston, rebuilding Florida, rebuilding Puerto Rico. All these recent hurricanes that have devastated parts of the United States and her territories, perhaps we should worry about that and not worry about the National Football League. That being said, no matter what anyone says, I do find it disrespectful that you would take a knee during the national anthem. It's not about the fact that people say they're protesting a flag. I know these guys aren't protesting a flag. I know they're not. I know what they think they're protesting, and I think Colin Kaepernick, I understand why he did it. I really do. I think it snowballed from there, though. People started protesting because he wasn't signed by anyone. Then you got people protesting Trump last weekend. The whole thing has snowballed and has gotten so far off the path, I believe, of what Colin Kaepernick's intentions were. Now, Kaepernick is a very charitable man. He's donated over $10 million to various charities in the past year or so, and hats off to him. But you know what? I do find it disrespectful to take a knee during the national anthem. Yes, you have that right. Some veterans say it's okay. My dad's a Vietnam veteran. He doesn't agree with it. I work with a guy that's a Desert Storm veteran. He doesn't agree with it. And I have cousins that served in these godforsaken Afghanistan, Iraq wars over the past 15 years or so, and they don't agree with it. I think there are other ways to protest instead of taking a knee during the national anthem in front of the flag that represents the freedoms that you have to do so. The freedoms that you have to make millions and millions of dollars every year to play a game. It's unfortunate that these guys are doing it. I understand there are some racial, there is unequal treatment, I think, when it comes to the black race versus the white race. I think there is unequal treatment to a certain extent, and I'm not blind. I can see that. I don't agree with cops that shoot an unarmed person just for the hell of it, that beat a person. Now, I do think if you're told to do something like freeze, put your hands behind your head, get on the ground, put your hands behind your back, I do think perhaps you should listen to the cop. Then you can sort it out from there. Running away or fighting is not going to get you anywhere. So let's get that clear. As far as white privilege, I know people might watch this and think, well, he's white, so he's got white privilege, and he's got his white opinion. No, I don't give a damn if I am white. I was raised in a lower middle class family in a small town that is honestly about half Mexican now. And I think I'm allowed to have an opinion and without white privilege being thrown in my face because I'm fairly intelligent. I can read. I'm an avid watcher of the news, an avid reader of the news, and I know what's going on around me. I'm not blind to it, and I'm not oblivious to it. So before anyone feels the need to throw out white privilege, that's not me whatsoever. With my upbringing in a lower middle class family, I just don't think I had white privilege at all. And I do say that if you truly want to protest, if you truly want your voice heard, you're a professional football player. Take the time to speak out when you've got a mic in your face. What they had Indianapolis Colts players last week. Some of them talked to the media, one of them refused to. Well, you know what? If you're going to take a knee, then by God, stand up for your conviction and tell the world why you are taking a knee. Don't take a knee and just say nothing. Let your voice be heard. If you feel like that black people are not treated as equals, then by God, say something. Or here's an idea. On your off time, maybe volunteer with your local police force. Volunteer with the local community. Try to show that unity to these poor neighborhoods around the Indianapolis area, around other areas, and say that you can work side by side with the police, and they're not always out to get you. The white man isn't always out to get you. We can all live in this world together, but the racial division needs to stop. And I think part of this stopping will be for these ridiculous protests to stop, because you're not doing anything. All you're doing is creating more tension, more racial divide. Taking a knee and being silent does nothing, in my opinion. It just honestly doesn't. You want your voice be heard, then let it be heard. Say something. Again, use your opportunity as a football player to speak to the media, speak to the world. Use it to volunteer with your local cities. And frankly, the NFL Players Union should be worried about cleaning up their own house first. Worry about the drug users, the woman beaters, the murderers, the animal abusers. Worry about things like that. The NFL Players Union takes a blind eye to that, and that truly baffles me. You've got criminals in your own league, but you're worried about the racial divide outside of it. You know what? Clean up your own mess before you try to save the world, because you're not even saving the world. Again, you're taking a knee, and it's doing nothing other than causing more divide. Knock it off. You're grown men. Play football, play the sport that you're paid millions to play. And no, I've had a friend say this, you just want black men to shut up and entertain you. No, it's not about that at all. Do I want you to shut up? Yeah. I want you to shut up when you're playing the game. When you're getting ready to play the game. Just stop. You are on company time. I know some people roll their eyes at that, but you are on company time. I couldn't get away with my job walking in and taking a knee. It would just be seen as disrespectful if I did that. If any other person on the face of God's green earth did that on any walk of life, it would be seen as disrespectful. But if a minority does it, it's okay. No, I don't agree with it. I don't buy it for a second. And it's, enough is enough, and it's time for a change. It truly is. People won't be happy with this opinion. I don't care. I'm sick of it. I just truly am. It's been going on now.